Are you thinking about adding tank mates to your Pea Puffer but don't know the right one to add? Worry not, as we got you covered from their own species to the stunning neon Tetras. These are 10 perfect Pea Puffer tank mates you should try. Starting with more Pea Puffers. Note that Pea Puffers are territorial and semi-aggressive, so the ideal ratio for this is to have 3 females for every male. To get that harmonious mix, place them in a spacious and well-planted aquarium so they have enough room for their active activities and hiding places alike. If you're going for a group, don't go smaller than 3 in the ratio mentioned. Behold the unpaid janitor of the tank, the Otocinclus Catfish. This fish is a wonderful buddy to add in for your Pea Puffer tank because they are peaceful and efficient algae eaters. They do best in a tank with lots of plants and algae. Oh, and pro tip, supplemental feeding is a must as they oftentimes do too well of a job and will eat their natural food source and then starve. Here's a great addition to any community tank, the Cory Catfish. Just like the latter, this one is also an unpaid janitor at the bottom. With their calm and placid nature, they can live well with your Pea Puffer. More so, their armored bodies are an added factor in living with Pea Puffers. These are great scavengers at the bottom of the tank to complement the puffer's messy nature. They'll happily eat all the scraps the puffers leave as they tear apart food. Want a bigger algae eater? Check out the Bristlenose Pleco fish. This peaceful algae eater is large compared to your Pea Puffers and great for a larger tank setup. They're also dressed in armor, so you don't have to worry about your puffers messing with them inside your tank. They're one of the best pets for compatibility in a tank full of mini puffers. Active at night, all hail the Kuhli Loach's might. These fish are nocturnal, spending most of their time at night. They can easily be kept with Pea Puffers in an aquarium so long as you provide a soft sand substrate for them to burrow comfortably in. You'll never go wrong in allowing these two types to cohabitate. Their scavenging nature will also complement the messy eating habits of your puffers. Swift like zebras, these are the zebra Danio. Their peaceful yet speedy abilities make them the perfect pair inside your Pea Puffer tank, because they can avoid the aggression of the Pea Puffer. Of course, this is assuming you also have a spacious tank for them to maneuver around in and be clever. In a tank like this, these fish would be considered target fish versus dither fish. However, given their agility and speed, they shouldn't be caught. Actually, we have a whole other video on dither fish if you want to learn more about dithers and target fish. Check out this card at the top of the screen. These Danios will encourage Pea Puffers to be more visible. While there's a risk of nipping or predation, especially for longfin types, Danios have a higher chance of success among non-bottom feeding fish. Next on our list, we have the White Cloud Minnow. Fast and peaceful are their main traits, which make it a top-tier addition to your Pea Puffer tank. Just like the previous fish, they're also swift in avoiding the aggression of Pea Puffers. They like to swim in groups, and they really exhibit a wonderful blast of harmony inside the tank. They're also a ditherfish type, so they'll greatly encourage your fussy Pea Puffers to be more active. While they could be nipped or eaten, they should be fast enough in a spacious tank to avoid your Pea Puffers. They've got a better chance of success than most color schooling fish. Speaking of schooling fish, want to see what you can keep in other tanks? Check out the card above for a nice little treat. 8 on the list is Amano Shrimp that you can't miss. A great invert for your Pea Puffer that doubles up as an algae eater. They'll consume both excess food in the tank and keep algae blooms from taking over. They're docile, so there's nothing to worry about as far as harmoniously living with your Pea Puffer. They're also not very demanding, so you don't have to be anxious about the care you give them. But, it's important to remember that you don't place them in a heavily planted tank, as there's a pretty good chance your Amano will become a snack for the Pea Puffer. So if you can't provide that, just don't try it. Mixing up with a fast fish like a zebra Danio will improve their success. The more distractions for your puffers, the better. Holy moly! Here comes the mollyfish. The molly is a potentially good fish to keep if you have the tank for it. While the dwarf puffer won't eat the mollies, there stands a chance for them to get nipped. A tank of at least 29 gallons is a must to attempt, with your highest success at a 40-gallon tank. They're also live bearers and one of the only that made our list today. Well, mainly because all the other live bearers are pretty small, and they could definitely be mortally shredded by Pea Puffers. So let's take a moment to congratulate our molly for making it to the top. Graceful and stunning, this is the Neon Tetra shining and moving. A perfect neon glow. This type is an eye catcher added to your Pea Puffer tank. The good news is they're also swift so they can avoid the Pea Puffers, but they need a sizable tank to exhibit this speed. And don't forget the hiding places as well, using plants, driftwood, and rocks. They also need to be housed in large numbers. And with this, don't attempt to house them with a tiny puffer in anything less than 29 gallons. you'll have the most success in a 40-gallon breeder. Alrighty, those are our top 10 best picks for your pea puffs. Now, let's delve into the deep and see what needs to be avoided. Here are 4 species that make bad choices for adding them to your puffer tank. Number 1 on the list is the guppy fish. I know, guppies are attractive live bearers with their glorious fins and delicate swimming style, but for pea puffers, they're the perfect target for aggression. They reproduce quickly as well, which will make the fry snacks for the puffer. So if you plan to house them with your pea puffers, man, think again. Peaceful in nature but can't be paired with aggressive creatures, these are the Rasboras. Rasboras and pea puffers don't get along because they become easy targets for the puffers. They are delicate, too small, and too vulnerable when exposed to attacks, so don't risk adding them to your small but deadly pea puffers. They look like angels, but combining them with pea puffer will be a total massacre. Angelfish and pea puffers are a combo you do not want to have. The pufferfish will enjoy nipping at the fins of the angelfish. While angelfish are big enough to stand up for themselves and fight back, it's even more disastrous if either fish is breeding. So, keep them in separate tanks if you really want to keep both. And our last fish species to avoid is the Betta Fish. As fancy as it looks, this fish is territorial by nature, and pea puffers are too. This could be a battle of territory if you put them together. However, the Betta is more bark than bite, and pea puffers will likely win as their beaks are powerful enough to heavily damage the Betta. Definitely a combo to avoid. But now that you know which fish work and which don't, let's learn more about our pint-sized puffers. Despite their dainty size, this little fella can also exhibit a great deal of aggression. Hence, it's vital to consider the perfect buddies inside your tank. Also known as the Indian dwarf puffer, Malabar puffer, and the pygmy puffer, these cute species are a perfect addition to your tank. Pea puffers have a number of traits that will make them a poor fit in community fish tanks. They're territorial and very curious creatures that regularly get bored. This boredom is what makes them nip at other fish, similar to how tiger barbs do the same. Not only do they nip, but they have powerful jaws that can hurt, maim, or kill other fish species. But let's talk about the perfect size and space requirement for this type. A minimum tank size requirement of a 20 long tank is the standard. You also need to ensure that it's heavily planted with plenty of hiding spaces so the buddies you plan to put will be able to avoid the aggression of the puffers. Let's also talk about the water condition and the environment for your pea puffers and mates to thrive. It's best to keep warm, soft water with consistent pH levels in a fish tank filled with live plants that offer plenty of hiding spots. Don't look down on the pea puffers, as they are very adaptable and can live in hard water as well. But for the others to thrive, you really need a lot of live plants. You can check Amazon Sword or Java Fern for the best options. Funny enough, we also have a video about hardy plants if you want to have plants that are a breeze to keep. Want to learn more? Check out the card at the top of the video. Hold on. I know you still got questions for us. So let's answer some of the frequently asked questions. These come from our original blog posts online, where we update our content with questions from our readers. If you want to check out our blog posts, check the card to take a visit. You help support our channel by visiting our blog, as we generate revenue from YouTube views and website visits alike. You don't have to buy anything from it. A visit is all we need. Let's get on with the first question. Can a pea puffer be in a community tank? Well, keeping pea puffers in their own tank without other fish is the more straightforward way to keep them, since they're territorial and semi-aggressive. While it is possible to keep them with community-oriented fish like Cory Catfish, careful planning and space is required. Okay, second one. Do pea puffers need friends? To be honest, pea puffers can live on their own. A 10-gallon tank is the perfect space for a single pea puffer. Since they're known to be territorial, they really don't need much companionship, and they enjoy the solitude. However, if you really want to have more variety in one tank, we already laid the options out for you. Okay, number 3. How can I reduce aggression in my pea puffer tank? To help you minimize the aggression, consider adding many live plants and hiding spaces in your tank. You should also have a larger tank if you're considering tank mates. Remember, the larger the better. And there you have it, the definitive video guide to the top 10 combos for your pea puffers, plus 4 more to avoid. Hopefully you're well informed now about the do's and don'ts in choosing a mate for your pea puffer. If you want more videos like this, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Check out these other videos on your screen now, and as always, thanks for watching.